Try baking bread at home using a standard recipe, and you will likely fail. Do it again the exact same way, and you might succeed. Meanwhile, commercial bakeries produce tens of thousands of identical loaves every day without a single anomaly. The result of that home kitchen inconsistency is a structural collapse. The crumb is dense, wet, and heavy, lacking the airy network of a properly fermented dough. Home bakers often blame their domestic ovens or assume they used the wrong brand of yeast. The reality is that the ingredients and the equipment are perfectly fine. The actual cause of the failure is the measurement system itself. Following a recipe strictly by volume, using cups and tablespoons, introduces a massive, invisible margin of error into the chemistry of the dough. That error rate becomes lethal when you measure the most structurally important ingredient in baking, flour. The standard way most people measure flour is the dip and sweep method. You push a measuring cup down into a tightly packed bag, scoop up a mound, and level off the top. A slightly more careful baker might use the spoon and level technique, gently aerating the flour and dropping it into the cup before scraping the excess away. Both methods claim to yield exactly 1 cup. This visual comparison shows what happens when we weigh those two identical cups. The packed dip and sweep cup holds 150 grams of flour. The aerated cup holds 120 grams. The measurement tool is the same, but the physical mass contains a massive 25% variance. When you introduce a 25% fluctuation into the dry mass, you destroy the hydration ratio. The constant water now fights an unpredictable amount of starch and protein. A dough forced to absorb 150 grams instead of 120 becomes starved for moisture, turning into dense crumbles, while the accurately weighed batch forms a smooth, workable network. To achieve absolute structural consistency, professional kitchens abandon imperial volume entirely. They rely on a rigorous, mass-based framework that eliminates the guesswork. The prerequisite for this level of accuracy is migrating the kitchen entirely over to the metric system. Imperial volume creates severe mathematical friction. Trying to scale a recipe calling for 1 cup and 3 tablespoons of an ingredient, up for a banquet of 200 people, requires complex, error-prone fraction math. The metric system operates on a base 10 logic that is directly tied to the physical properties of water. This visual equation illustrates the mathematical elegance of the system. At standard temperature, exactly 1 milliliter of water weighs exactly 1 gram. By setting a digital scale to grams, a baker permanently bypasses the confusion between fluid volume and dry weight. Liquids and solids are quantified on the exact same axis of mass. With the measurement tool fixed, the next step in baker's math is identifying one primary structural ingredient to serve as the anchor for the entire recipe. In professional baking, that anchor is flour. Flour is always, without exception, treated as the absolute constant. This chalkboard equation shows the formula that drives the commercial baking industry. The total weight of the flour in the batch locks into place as an unchangeable 100%. Every other ingredient is calculated as a percentage of that total flour weight. If a batch requires 1,000 grams of flour and the formula calls for 2% salt, you simply calculate 2% of 1,000. You need exactly 20 grams of salt. Treating flour as a 100% baseline transforms a static, single-use recipe into a dynamic, algorithmic formula that can be scaled instantly. We can see this algorithm in practice by looking at the common bread ratio, the foundational architecture behind most yeast-leavened doughs. The formula begins with the constant. Flour sits solidly at 100%. To build a basic loaf, we add the standard supporting elements: water for hydration, salt for structure and flavor, and yeast for biological leavening. This stacked bar chart displays the precise target ranges for those elements. The standard ratio is 100% flour, 60% water, 2% salt, and 1% yeast. The water variable introduces a widespread misconception about what the term hydration actually means in a bakery. A 60% hydration dough does not mean the finished product is 60% water by volume, nor does it mean water makes up 60% of the total batch weight. In bakers' percentages, hydration is a strict relative ratio. It means the physical mass of the water you add equals exactly 60%. That higher water content also generates essential internal steam during the baking process, forcing those air pockets to expand rapidly and promoting massive oven spring. By simply reading the hydration percentage, a baker can reverse engineer and predict the physical crumb structure of any dough before a single ingredient hits the scale. When a commercial kitchen receives a massive catering order, they face an operational challenge: scaling a percentage-based formula up to hit a precise target weight of several hundred kilograms. Scaling up by randomly multiplying recipe quantities destroys the carefully balanced hydration logic. The math must be run backward from the target mass. The algorithmic calculation starts by taking the formula and summing all the individual ingredient percentages together. This equation shows the standard ratio combined. 100 plus 60 plus 2 plus 1 gives us a total formula weight of 163. To find the new baseline, you divide the target mass, say a 500 kilogram batch, by this total percentage, expressed as a decimal, 1.63. That division isolates the constant. To yield exactly 500 kilograms of total dough, you need a starting flour mass of exactly 306.7 kilograms. Once that new flour baseline is derived, calculating the exact mass for the water, salt, and yeast is just a series of simple multiplications against that 306.7 kilogram anchor. But translating that perfect math into a massive commercial batch introduces a dangerous physical constraint: the friction factor. Mixing dough at an industrial scale requires immense mechanical energy. That kinetic energy converts directly into friction heat, rapidly raising the internal temperature of the dough as it spins. The brutal physical force required to develop a gluten network at this scale generates enough thermal energy to ruin the batch. A baker must calculate this specific thermal addition to determine the friction factor of their mixer. They use that number to drastically chill the starting water, offsetting the heat of the machine to hit a precise final dough temperature and prevent the yeast from over-fermenting. Commercial scaling demands the simultaneous management of mass-based algorithms and real-world thermodynamics. The unpredictable, chaotic results of volumetric home cooking vanish inside the controlled environment of a commercial formulation. A professional recipe is a structural, mathematical ratio, relying on mass and percentages rather than a fixed list of cup measurements. A 65% hydration formula guarantees the exact same gluten saturation and physical consistency, regardless of the environment. Whether you are baking one single loaf or 1,000 identical loaves for a national distribution run, the underlying math remains completely unchanged. This strict mathematical framework eliminates unpredictable variables. It frees the chef to focus entirely on technique, temperature control, and flavor development. Mastering these systems is what separates consistent, high-quality production from mere chance. By mastering the mathematics of mass and calculating for thermodynamic variables, the culinary professional eliminates the guesswork of volume and achieves universal scalability.